Welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Marathoner podcast. My name is Scott. I'll be your host today. Really, I guess your co-host. I'll be bringing the other co-host in just a moment. As always, you can find this in the back episodes of our podcast at our website. It's called ordinarymarathoner.com. Check it out if you get a chance. You can also find us over at the aggregators, places like Stitcher and TuneIn and iTunes. Download that podcast app to your iPhone. Look up Ordinary Marathoner. If you like the show, hit that subscribe button or leave a review too. We love those reviews. Appreciate you guys have taken the time to fill those out for us. You can also find us over at our YouTube page. It's relatively new, although I keep saying that, so it's probably not as new as it used to be. But we've been downloading the podcast there as well, just another avenue for you guys to listen to. And if you subscribe to our page, I think we're up to about 40 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you guys. My daughter Sam, she checks the page all the time, and every time there's more subscribers, I think she thinks her dad is just a little bit cooler. So really appreciate you guys for subscribing. You can find our discussion group at Facebook, Ordinary Marathoners. Really a great group. It's been expanding a lot lately. We probably got like 25, 30 new people in the last week. And, if you guys are out there and, you want to contribute, by all means, feel free to be vocal or just sit back and read and lurk, and that's fine too. But really a great group of people over there, very supportive, and I love hanging out over there. Also got our Twitter account at Ord Marathoner. That's O-R-D Marathoner. Follow me there. I'll follow you back. And we can get the conversation going on over there. And welcome, co-host.
Hi. So nice to have me.
Yes. If it isn't the ordinary wife. Stefany. Celebrating.
It's been a while.
Our 100th podcast.
Yes. It's been a while since I've been on the podcast. It's been a while since I've actually run.
Yeah, you haven't been running lately.
Yeah.
You've sort of been slowed down. You're carrying a little extra burden these days.
Oh, it's not a burden. Well, most days.
Just
not.
Well, it's hampering your running style.
My walking, apparently.
Yeah,
lately.
It's hampering that too.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Stefany is 7 months pregnant. Little ordinary baby on her way.
Yep.
It's, what is our due date? November 18 is our due date. But what have you been thinking? I think we've been thinking all along. So, Stefany and I met when I was training for the New York City Marathon. And the New York City Marathon is the first Sunday in November.
November 5th this year.
And I don't know, for some reason we think karma may play a little part in our birth date. So she's not letting me go down. So first of all, I want to apologize to Glenn Eisenstein and all you guys that are running the New York City Marathon. We said we'd be down there to support you, and unfortunately we won't be.
Nope. I can't risk it.
I am on call, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go volunteer. I can't go hand out water. I can't go cheer you on. I'll be cheering from the confines of the Ordinary Mansion.
Yeah, with the ordinary dog and the ordinary cats.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Everything. It's been kind of a weird year for us.
Or it could be the ordinary hospital, since I think the baby
you better
will
be at
come
a good
to
hospital. I don't want you at an ordinary hospital. If there's one thing I insist on, you can be an ordinary marathoner. That's all fine and good. I'd like to get more than an ordinary doctor involved.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the one thing I just can't be.
So you might be sharing news that day. I'll try my best.
You're gonna try your best to push her out.
Yeah, on that day.
Well, I tell you, it's kind of been interesting because I want to say like the first 6 months, I would say like in the last month in particular, the belly's just it's here.
Yeah.
She is making herself known. And you were walking around, but now you're kind of having a little bit of a tougher time.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I have some hip pain the last few days, but anything's better than the first 2, almost 3 months.
Yeah, so we have your first 2 or 3 months. We had you on the podcast last time, and I actually think we had to take a break.
I puked. Yes. I puked during the podcast. Yeah, that was first trimester.
I'm glad to see you're kind of like, you're not really embarrassed, or it just is what it is.
I puked.
You puked.
What can you do?
Then again, you pretty much puked everywhere those 2 months.
Yeah, every single day, multiple times a day.
We actually have a list of places.
It's going in the baby book.
Right. We had to let this baby know what her mama went through.
Yeah.
The list is extensive.
I gave up running. It was the very first one.
I think it encompasses 3 airports.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 3. Multiple restaurants.
Yeah. A couple times we went out walking on the path.
Most everywhere in New York. Almost Supreme Court.
Penn Station.
Penn Station, definitely. I didn't even make it to the toilet. It was the sink at Penn Station.
Well, I mean, you're not going to forget this process. That's for sure. It's been but like I said, it's been kind of an interesting year for us. A lot going on. I mean, this is obviously podcast number 100, so we've done a lot with Ordinary Marathoner brand and all the things that we've tried to build. The community's been incredible. So many accomplishments. Personally, we've had, issues. We've had some issues. It just hasn't been the greatest of year. I DNF'd Lake Placid, and probably some other things that are probably not podcast worthy to discuss, but
it's okay. There's always next year. And I think
we're going to take a turn. We have some very exciting things about to happen.
Your training has been consistent.
Lately,
you disappear for hours and hours. In the basement.
Sam wants me to finish this race next year, so I got to be the example.
Yeah. You also have to clean out all those bottles.
Yeah, I know. Well, we cleaned up the gym about, a month ago?
More.
A month and a half, 2 months ago. And it was really nice. Everything was all clean and nice. And I've been down there so much doing, long runs and doing lots of hours on the bike. And, we have a nice little garbage can that we put down there for these purposes. But after
overflowing.
after a few, weeks. And then what happens is that
you don't carry the bottles
workouts
upstairs.
are tiring and you're exhausted. You're sweating to death. I usually have like soaking wet towels and stuff and shirts or whatever that I'm bringing up, and then the water bottles. I mean, they're all the way on the floor, and I don't like bending over at that point. It's just
all right.
tough.
So clean it beforehand.
I can't. Before?
Yeah.
I could. I'm typically
because here's
rushing.
the thing. Remember when we recorded that video? You guys can check out the video at our YouTube channel. Yeah. And, I was pointing out everything you did to dirty the gym.
I remember.
Well, if you don't clean it up by next week.
The spiders are back in full force.
They're always back.
They don't go away. We got to get rid of. Anyone have any ideas how to get rid of spiders?
It's going to be baby friendly. It can't just be exterminator, because the baby's going to hang out with us down there.
I heard that and I know that this is like a cat thing too, but I heard like cucumbers for like the smell. There's got to be like a smell, like something we could put down there. I bet your mom would know. Your mom's like a witch.
I saw something.
I mean, I don't mean bad witch. I mean like a potions witch. Magical potions. She's
My mom's a witch.
I didn't mean it that way. I'm in trouble.
My mom is a witch. I know what you mean. I have sage hanging around the house and crystals that are not mine. They're all bought by my mother.
Yeah, to ward off the evil spirits.
And the sage, I'm supposed to spray it on each corner of
every
room.
Every time
there's a new moon, not a full moon. I still don't understand why.
Every time the pipes creak, I feel like the sage comes out or something like that.
Well, the sage cannot come out right now. No, because I heard sage induces labor.
Oh, you don't want that.
So I haven't been doing it, but yeah. But anyways, that's what he means, witch. Like
good witch. She's a good witch. She's like the nice witch.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. So what else we got? So I got a. I don't know. I got a feeling.
Wait. So I was saying, if you don't clean up that gym by next week, I'll post a picture.
Oh, please! All right, I'll get rid of the water bottles. You get rid of the spiders.
The pregnant lady, really?
No,
you
got to get your mom's coming over this weekend. Okay. She can perform her witchcraft and.
Okay.
What What else we got? What was I thinking? I had something on my mind. So we sent out a newsletter. We got to get on this. See, this has been our problem. I think it's been kind of like our problem for the whole year. Like, we started the newsletter early this year, and we planned on doing one quarterly. Mm-hmm. And we sat on our hands like the whole.
I think we only sent out.
We did one in March. It was supposed to be in January, and then we did one in just this past week. Yeah. It was supposed to be in June. We sent out. It included a whole lot of stuff from the Ordinary Marathon, the virtual race we did, which was great. I mean, that was excellent, and we're starting to work on the one for next year already. I'm trying to get an order of shirts get going. So if you guys are interested in, I think we're going to do tank tops this year. Not for the Ordinary Marathon, just for our group in general. So if you're interested in getting tank tops, let me know. I'm going to, I'll post a picture on Twitter and Facebook and see if we can get those going. When was the last race you ran?
New York City.
Ooh, that was a big one.
New York City last year, and I wouldn't really call that running.
It wasn't really a running race. That was
it was dragging.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a walk. It was more like a drag.
It was, yeah.
That was me not training.
So, I think what I want to talk about next, and let's cut the break before we do this, but I do want to talk about sort of our plans for post-baby. Mm-hmm. Because we got some plans, and I'm pretty excited about them.
And I'm excited about it too, because I'll get back into shape and back into running and being strong.
Nice.
So I'm happy about that.
That's right. We're gonna get the pack and play down in the gym
after the spiders are gone.
Oh yeah, make sure the spiders are gone because you don't want
in a safe way.
Right.
So
witchcraft. All right, we'll be right back after the break. Hey guys, my friend Lauren is creating an incredible resource for runners and triathletes. It's called raceadvisors.com. She has amassed a list of thousands of races, 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, marathons, ultramarathons, and triathlons, and anything in between. If you're thinking about running a race, look it up and check out the reviews. Have a favorite race of your own? Look it up. See what others have to say about it. Or better yet, leave a review of your own. raceadvisors.com. Read it, race it, review it. I may not have a lot of hair, but I tell you, I know style when I see it. And I know you guys and gals with the flowing locks, you need something functional to keep that hair out of your face when you go on your daily run. And I have just the thing for you. It's called Greasy Girl Headbands. And I know what it sounds like, but it's not spelled that way. It's GREECIE, girlheadbands.com. They make headbands that are specially designed for the runner to keep that hair out of your face, out of your eyes when you're out there on your daily run. So check them out. GreasyGirlHeadbands.com, GREECIE, and find a design that's perfect for you. All right, we're back from the break with our 100th episode. Guest star, co-host.
Me.
Stefany.
Ordinary wife.
So here's what I wanted to discuss. So we were, we've been messing around with the YouTube channel a little bit. Not on a consistent basis, which is just like us. It's just kind of the way we do things, I think. It's just, we try to be consistent, but sometimes it's frustrating. So we want to do a video series.
We do, yes. And video series.
Yeah, so we're gonna, and I think this is why I think this can work, is because I think, I like doing the work. I don't mind doing the work to record, to edit. But when it comes to doing it on myself, if I'm just videoing myself or if I'm doing it all myself, it's very difficult. You know how even when I record the podcast by myself, how many times do I record each episode? It's like I record it 5 times, and that's. And
I have to say, just post that one.
It's just
because most of the time I'm around, like I'm putting away the laundry, and I hear him,
saying the same thing over and over again.
And I think it's good. And then I tell him it's good, post it. And he's like, no, I like the other one better. So post that one.
So I think that, that if I'm doing the work and you're kind of like the subject, I think that could work out. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And what we're going to do, the video series is going to be about, after Stefany has the baby, we're going to give her a couple months, I think, maybe into the new year. And we're going to start doing the Couch to 5K program.
Yep.
The one that Nick Cumbo gave us from Ascension Multisport, that you can find on the website. So look, I mean, this is sort of an invitation for you guys. I know it's an early invitation now because it's still September and we're not looking to really get started till January. But an invitation for you guys, if you're in that situation where you're a couch to 5K person, where you're thinking about, getting involved in running, where you want to accomplish something, where you want to do that first 5K, this would be a great spot, I think, for you to become a part of the community, get involved. Reach out, contact us. We will be going through all the steps. We'll be going through all the schedules. We'll be videotaping you in action.
Yeah. And also, if you know anyone that is, a newbie for running, that might be a good motivation to get them going in the new year.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's actually a great thought, is that, sometimes, a lot of you guys out there are already involved, and you've already been running, or you're running marathons, you're doing ultras, or, but that person that always says, I'd love to do that. I'd love to be a part of that community. I just can't get myself going. And I think, you look at the things that you've done in the past. You completed 2 marathons. Mm-hmm. I think one probably was more on your terms than the other. Mm-hmm. I think when you did Marine Corps 2 years ago, that was more. I mean, I don't even think for that one really you would say that you were.
I trained half of the way for that one. Yeah. So
I mean, you can. I think you have upside there, but you have upside. Like I don't think that you would say that you went into either race.
Oh, no, not 100%. No, definitely not.
But the first one, you definitely performed better than the second one. And the second one, we kind of, we were spending a lot of time walking with Jessica. Mm-hmm. And, it just was sort of more of an effort to get done than to worry about time or anything like that. And you guys did a great job considering the level of training you put in.
None. 0.
Yeah, you proved me wrong too. You can fake a marathon. Stefany has actually proved it. But yeah, so I think, I think that doing the video series, getting you in shape for that first 5K after the baby, I think that'll be great. Mm-hmm. And I know that we have eyes already on Marine Corps Marathon for 2019.
Yeah, I love that race. And I saw a lot of posts.
Katie Mayo is doing it. She's doing it this year, but, she said if we're doing it next year, that she would like to do it again next year. I believe.
Or Kennedy.
Ray Magana. I want to say, was Debbie doing it? Debbie Early?
I don't know.
I don't remember. But there was a couple. Sarah Bauman, I think, was doing it. There's just a couple. There's like a whole bunch of names out there, people that are in the community that have already been talking about doing Marine Corps Marathon next year. So we're going to try to, we'll try to get in the lottery. It's a little bit better chances, I think, than the New York City.
Well, a lot
lottery.
Of our group
people
members got in. And
we didn't get in.
No, we didn't.
But, hopefully one of us gets in next year, and then the other one, hopefully we both, if we both get in, that would be excellent. But if we don't, then I think, we're committed for one of us to at least fundraise for determination, hopefully. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, if we don't get an entry.
I think the video series, I had something in mind about.
What?
I lost my train of thought.
You're done.
Pregnancy symptom.
Right. This is what I have to deal with, folks. In action, puking, the puking. But you've been a trooper. You've been a trooper the whole time.
Yeah. And I was like dead weight. But anyway, the video series. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And it's also, for me, it's like my fitness story after the baby.
Yeah. And it's like returning. It's like,
Yeah, my weight, goal.
Yeah, well, I mean, you'll have a little of the baby weight to lose.
Yeah.
And I think it all makes a lot of sense. And, I know you've actually even been involved in some of those other, the pregnancy Facebook groups too. And it makes me wonder if there are, other people out there that would, that are going to be in the same boat.
Well, I'm a little jealous of some people on that group because they actually run while pregnant, unlike me was.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah,
but you were sick. You were throwing up. I mean, there were things.
Yeah, I know,
give
but
you the
still,
excuses. It's fine.
Still, there's mothers out there that run and do races and have baby bumps, and I always pictured myself doing something like that, and.
It just didn't happen. But you were cut, I normally wouldn't give you a pass because I'm not like that. I'm not that nice. But you were sick the first 2-3 months.
3 months.
I mean, you were not in running shape. And we did go out to the trail and we did walk a little bit.
And I puked in the trail how many times?
Yeah, a few.
How embarrassing.
I think there's still some stains on the concrete. I think Sam was embarrassed too.
Oh, well.
It's all right. So yeah, and actually Sam's been involved in running lately too.
Oh, I am so proud of that kiddo.
This is like a really cool story. So, and I should actually reach out to these people because I think that they'd be really good guests for the podcast.
I think so too.
There's a program at her school called Girls on the Run. And I think it starts in the 4th grade, and that's what she's in. And basically 2 days a week she stays after school, and their whole goal is for a number of weeks they're going to supposedly get them into shape to run a 5K at the end. And, I think she's met it with sort of mixed reviews. There are some days that she seems like exhausted, that she can't believe she's doing this. And then there's other days where she feels accomplished and she brags almost.
Oh, yeah. She was bragging to me when I dropped her off at school the other day, and she was pointing out where she makes the turns after she runs, and she turns around and she runs to there. She was very proud.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of us do that as runners. You're like, oh, I got to run, and we push ourselves to get out the door. And when we're doing it, we hate it. We're why the F do I do this? And then after you're done, you're like, oh, I did it. It feels good, Yeah,
and I think, she's starting to get a little bit of taste of that. I know there was the other day she was a little, not upset, but she was kind of grumpy, I think, after it. And she came down and she saw me training, and I was on the bike, and you know how I sweat on the bike. It's like, so after I got off she was there, I got off the bike, I was all sweaty, and I told her I was going to make a sweat angel on the ground.
Disgusting.
It didn't work. I was going to take a picture of it. It didn't really work.
That's a good way to get rid of the spiders. Just put them all down there and drown them with sweat.
She thought it was funny, but she, I think she got, she was able to kind of get a look, because she doesn't normally go down there while I'm training. She's usually asleep. So it was kind of, I think, good for her to see that, because, it's not like, the thing is too, is like running is a sport, and I think you always kind of equate sports like they're fun. But in order to be good at it, you got to work hard at it. And in order to work hard, it's not always fun.
Yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like a weird, it's like any other thing, I guess. You got to work hard at it. So I think it was good for her to see, it was good for her to be in Lake Placid for the Ironman and see that. It was good to, see how hard people need to work in order to do it. And I think maybe, catching a bit of that gave her a little bit of, wow, maybe I should be working too. And then the next time you picked her up, she's bragging.
Yeah.
Which was great.
No, I think she's going to
she swears she's going to do an Ironman.
Yeah.
That's what she says.
And yeah. No, I think seeing you is really good for her. Seeing you work hard is good for her. I think every kid goes through that phase where they're like, And
it kind of branches out. Yeah.
Let me just do the minimal, or just, every kid is like that.
Right. Check the box, pass your test at school, hand in your homework, get the grade, move on to the next grade, as opposed to just really working hard and excelling at something. And I think that the lessons that you get, in things like running and sports in general is, I think it's twofold. It's one, working hard, and seeing results after you work hard. And I think you also get a sort of a sense of competitiveness. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Whether you're competitive or you have, like, she may have girls in her class that she wants to run faster than, who knows?
Maybe.
But I think over time,
she's fast, by the way.
Oh my God.
She was
fast. Beating me in the backyard.
I saw that.
I was actually trying.
She's really fast.
I was trying.
Didn't we talk to her about pacing? Like,
oh yeah, we had to, because she would just go out there and run as hard as she can, and then
for the 5K, she's not going to be able to.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Way.
I gotta, so I got a Facebook memory of like 2 or 3 years ago when I took her on a 5K, and she spent most of the time on my shoulders.
Is that the one we ran?
No, it was local. You weren't here for that. It was just me and her, and there was like somewhere around mile 2.5, she was just miserable. And I didn't repost it because I don't want to embarrass her, but the look on her face was like, I can't believe that this, like, and it's a 5K. It's
well, she was little.
Oh yeah, she was little, but she just looks miserable. I don't know. So yeah, but it'll be good for her to accomplish that, and then and to see like if you work hard at something that you can do better, and if she's competitive, it doesn't have to be competitive with somebody else. It can be competitive versus yourself, and I think if we show her, I think she has memories of the 5K that we did, if not the one that I did with her beforehand.
Well, that 5K was special for us.
Yeah, the whole day was special.
Yeah, because she asked me to be your girlfriend during that 5K.
Yeah. That was cute.
So, lots of memories.
And she was on my shoulders the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe spent 300 yards off my shoulders. That was a workout, boy. Whew.
I'm so sad they don't do that race anymore.
Oh, really?
They don't do that race anymore.
You should check, because I think they might have changed it. It might not be a fall race. It might be a spring race or something.
Oh.
I don't know. I got to think. So, geez, I got the Hartford Marathon in 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about you with the running because Why? I feel like you excel at the bike now. You really
well. I've been working hard on the bike. I don't excel at the bike.
Well, out of your training, because right now you've only been running and the bike, and your runs have been cut short a lot of the times.
Well, my long runs, they haven't been going well. And I did, I've done a bunch of them on the treadmill, and I think I've got to 13 miles. And the 13 miles, I think I felt okay. I didn't feel that bad, but to do another 13 miles might be tough. And then last week I went out and I was going to do 15 and I stopped around 10. And that wasn't a good one. And not only that, but I think afterwards I felt super sore, which was really strange because lately, even I go on the treadmill for 13 miles. I don't feel that sore. So for me, I felt sore that night. I felt sore the next day, although, all right, I'm going to admit this now. This is a bad thing I did. What I'm going to say?
Yeah, I think so. Uh-huh.
All right.
It's going to be gross.
It's not that. No, it's not gross.
Oh, it's not. Oh, this
No, it's not gross. No. Look, as runners, we all have GI issues. We know what that is. That's not what I was about to talk about. I'm going to talk about my bad habits of, so Saturday, I went for my 10-mile run, whatever it was. And we came home and I was sore. I wasn't feeling good. I didn't feel like cooking. So we went out to dinner.
Oh yes, this.
And I actually had cider, and I don't normally get cider, but for some reason I wanted it. So I got it and it was really good. I had 2 and they were pretty high in alcohol content. Came home. We decided to watch a movie. Opened a bottle of white wine that had a screw top. We had a party for the baby shower.
Yeah.
A month ago, and we had all this leftover wine. So I opened a bottle. I just cracked it open. You had a sip.
Mm-hmm.
And and that's what happens. So I will never drink wine over a couple days. If I open it that day, it's got to be drank that day. I don't want to keep it. So what happens is if Stefany has a sip of the wine, that means I have to drink the rest of the bottle, which I did. The problem was that when I went to go refill my glass at some point, I grabbed a bottle of wine from the fridge, not looking at it. I opened the screw top, and it turned out to be a brand new bottle of wine.
So he had no choice but to drink both bottles.
So I actually drank both bottles of wine, plus the 2 ciders. And, what was weird is we were watching a movie, and it kind of just all went down smooth, and I almost didn't even really notice it. You probably noticed it. But the next morning, I was hurting. And, and then, geez, the calories in that alone is probably 1,500 calories, probably more than that in those drinks. More than, 2 bottles of wine and 2 ciders. They're probably 1,500 to 2,000. And I wonder why I'm gaining weight. But that was really one bad diet day because of that. But, it's these little... It's just stupid bad habits. And I think it probably, in part, came from just the bad run that I had. I just had a bad run and I didn't feel like doing anything. I was sore. I was kind of angry at myself. But
you did have a good dinner. Your dinner was very healthy. I had a
healthy dinner. I had shrimp stir fry.
Mm-hmm.
Or stir fry. It was like a shrimp, but it was stir fry. But it wasn't like it was like a big
they serve small
portion. It's like
portions.
a very healthy small portion. And it was good. And I felt like until that, I probably had a really good diet day until the wine, but whatever. But the diet in general, we've been doing this thing with Dan DeMore every day and weighing ourselves, posting it on our Facebook page. And, I'm losing the last 3 weeks, maybe 3/4 of a pound each week, which is actually probably a healthy pace.
Mm-hmm.
It means I'm exercising hard, but I'm not starving myself. So I'm not, like you did the bikini contest diet that I did the diet along with you. We lost weight very quickly.
Wow. 8 pounds in 1 week for me.
Yeah. But
you were like 12 pounds in 1 week.
That diet was very low calorie. It was like a 1,200 calorie a day thing for a couple of weeks there. If not, in some of the weeks towards the end that I didn't do, it was even less. But, yeah, I mean, we lost a lot of weight very quickly, but,
obviously couldn't keep it off.
but I talked to the nutritionist now, the dietitian, Allison Knott, and Allison was warning me kind of against losing weight too fast, that you might be losing too much muscle and wind up, it could be a detriment to performance more than a help. So I think that, other than a few hiccups here and there over the last 3 weeks, cause, not being on a super strict diet, I think I tend to cheat. Even like today, it wasn't really that great a day. It wasn't awful, but I'm probably 2,500 calories in, and I probably should stop eating what is it, 8 o'clock at night now, 7:30. So I should probably stop eating at this point. Although I do have to get my run in tonight. We'll see how that one goes. But, yeah, so that's been going good. And I think, just hopefully continue that pace going forward. I don't know about the marathon. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I couldn't. My goal is to beat the 5-hour mark. I thought about 2 months ago, I thought I would have no problem doing that. And today I definitely am questioning it. And I don't even know. Like, I don't, I could very well get to like a mile 14 or 15. And I haven't done these long runs and kind of peter out and just be forced to either go to a run walk or just walk a ton of miles, in which case I'd probably wind up 5.5, 5:45, which is not really what I want. I mean, goal A is to get 5 hours. Goal B is to beat my PR, which is 5:16. And, I think up until this past weekend, I thought I didn't even think less than goal B was in the cards. I thought that would be an easy one.
Yeah.
And now I'm kind of
I do have to say that you should stretch. You never stretch.
I don't ever stretch.
You never foam roll. You never take care of yourself afterward. And I think that has
I actually feel good. I knock on wood.
Impact.
But I feel, a couple years ago, I was doing a lot of running, almost everyday running. And then, turn your phone off. But I was almost running every single day. I tried to do run streaks, and I got a little, I had a stress fracture that kept me on the sidelines for 6 to 8 weeks, and that was miserable. So now that I'm doing more cross training, I do feel like I feel like I recover a lot quicker. I feel like knock on wood again, my muscles just feel good. Everything feels nice. It just, for some reason, once I'm out there, and you know what I wonder too, they talk about, I remember Ramon talking to us about this when we did New York City Marathon, something about being on your feet for so long, like 4 or 5 hours, because you don't practice that every day. And, my job is I go to work and I sit down. I do have a stand-up desk and I should take more advantage of it. But the fact of the matter is that I don't. And I wind up like today, I think I probably sat down. I was probably on my butt from 7:30 until 5 o'clock, almost constantly. You get up, you walk around, do whatever, but I'm almost constantly in the chair. And I think there's something to that, because for some reason, every time I get to that 2, 3, it's like a deteriorating feeling. I mean, granted, you're going to deteriorate at that time probably anyway, but, and they talk about your caloric, once you start burning 2,000 calories, your body starts using its fat stores to use it as energy, and it starts being more painful. But, man, I feel like it just happens to me all the time. Anywhere between that, say, depending on what kind of shape I'm in, anywhere between 12 and 17 miles. Remember New York City Marathon, the second time I did it, when I almost wanted to quit, and you made me keep going.
Yeah. And then you were fine after that.
But yeah, I walked 3 miles, and then I felt great, and I ran the rest of the way. And even last year, I remember, we were at mile 22, and I went to the bathroom while you guys were walking ahead, and I said I'd catch up. And so I caught up to you guys, and when I remember just running that quarter of a mile to you, and I remember feeling that my legs actually felt good while running.
One of us.
But it felt better running than it did walking at that point. I think part of it's because you're doing the same motion over and over and over again for literally hours.
Yeah.
Whether that be running or walking or whatever it is, it's just it does something to deteriorate, and hurt for some reason. Like it's always my hips, my quads, my hips, my feet hurt too. My calves get sore, but they're usually not sore enough to the point where I would stop because of them. But sometimes my feet hurt. When we did Marine Corps marathon, my feet were killing me. Anyway, I don't know. So listen, let's wrap this up a little bit.
Okay.
Sent out the newsletter.
Yep.
This is podcast 100.
I'm very excited.
That's pretty cool.
Can't believe you guys listen to us. Well, mostly Scott.
Well, how many? Come on, how many podcasts have you listened to?
I hardly listen to any.
Yeah. So she's my biggest fan.
To be fair, I listen to yours when you're here and I'm doing things.
You do. So yeah, so we sent out the newsletter. That was good. I think what we're thinking about doing another giveaway.
Yeah.
So last year we did a giveaway, and if you signed up for the newsletter, we put your name into an entry, a drawing for a Garmin watch. We might do that again, but we might switch up.
Yeah, maybe we can get some recommendations from our listeners of what they would like to receive.
Yeah, I mean, nothing too expensive. I mean, geez, we're not made of money.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I think it was cool last year. I think the giveaway was fun, and it's certainly something that we'd do again. Because I don't know, I feel like once the baby's born, we're gonna kind of catch. Well, who knows? Because I say it because it feels like we'll get back on track, but we're gonna be busy with some other things.
Yeah.
So life's gonna change.
Crying infant.
Yeah. So hopefully, but like I said, pack and play in the gym.
Yeah. She has to get used to noise.
Right. She's got to fall asleep to the whirring of the bike trainer and the
treadmill
and the pitter pat of Dad's feet on the treadmill and your feet on the treadmill for that matter.
Yeah, but no, I'm looking forward to keeping myself accountable through this mini-series.
And I was thinking about it, aside from the mini-series, I mean, you're really going to go from not having run in almost a year to potentially a full marathon in 9 months.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a good year for you. With a baby. With a new baby.
Yeah.
I don't envy you.
And work. Well, I'll have a husband that
you will.
Takes care of the baby too.
You plan on getting rid of me? I don't.
Well, you're the one that says another girl. I'm gonna go rent an apartment.
Yeah. I already rented it. You didn't even know.
Exactly. My point.
Where do you think I've been? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I think we have a lot of exciting things coming up. We're going to start working on preparations for next year's virtual race. We raised a lot of money for American Cancer Society last year. We hope to do it again this year. And I think, for those of you guys that are out there that, we do treat our sponsors well, we hope. And if you are interested in sponsoring the race, we could use all the help that we can get, whether that be, just a straight out donation to get your logos on our shirts and get mentioned on the podcast, or, donating things that we can give away for the race. Cause we do like our giveaways. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one of the things that make the race worthwhile for the participants is every day you run and you participate and you let us know, we enter your name in a raffle, and we've been giving away a lot of different prizes, and I think a lot of people enjoy that part. Plus the video.
Oh yeah, I love the video.
The video was great. Came out great. I'm looking forward to the video.
And that's a lot of work for Scott, by the way.
Thank you.
He sits there and makes sure that all the pictures get inputted. And
I missed a couple pictures too. I feel really bad about it.
Yeah.
Queen Bean Coffee. I think Nicole was in a couple, and here I am saying how great I treat the sponsors. I missed one of her pictures, but she's great. I just said her name on the podcast, so I'm making up for it. And we drink Queen Bean Coffee all the time.
We do. Except for past month.
Yes, because you broke the Keurig.
I did. I broke the Keurig. I broke the Keurig.
I can't even complain because she's pregnant, because I'll get in the doghouse.
I broke the Keurig.
Maybe your mom can fix the Keurig with witchcraft.
No. I broke the Keurig trying to be nice to the environment, okay? I filled up the little reusable pea pod, whatever they call them,
right.
K-cup.
You don't like the K-cups.
And I put too much coffee in it, and when I put it in there, the needle broke.
See, I didn't even hear this part of the story.
Okay, I'm telling it now.
This is more confession than it is just it's equal parts confession as storytelling.
But I'm still going to use the reusable K-cup thing.
Right.
Because it should be, we got to do our part for the environment.
I know. You were ahead. I tell you, you were a step ahead of the straw banning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I banned the straws in the house.
Right. Now Sam is like sucking the Capri Suns right out of the foil container.
Those I leave. I have a reusable cup. I have a whole bunch of reusable cups with straws that,
Plastic.
Yeah, that I can wash,
I got you.
And my coffee every morning. I do my part. I wish you would do the same, but
I figure you make up for me. We're averaging it out.
Yeah, not in the basement. The basement has all those bottles in there, and
well, it's a landfill.
Yeah, but at least you know what?
It's not in a landfill. We could reuse that. No, we can't.
Well, here's the thing. At least you guys are not outwardly hating me for banning Nutella.
I wasn't a big I'm all right with that. I like it, but it's better to have those things outside the house now. Anyway.
Yeah.
By the way, the Yasso bars, I got to call them. They'd be a great sponsor because we
Yasso.
love the Yasso
yes.
bars. And 100 calories for like this little ice cream pop, and they're pretty good, and they're guiltless.
Mm-hmm.
Totally guiltless.
They're not made out of palm tree oil.
Pistachio ones are really good.
And you don't want to buy them. Can I just say?
I just thought you were getting sick of them because I was buying them all the time.
No. Can I just say that Scott buys 2 boxes?
Yeah.
And out of the 2 boxes, I usually just have 1.
And they're gone.
And they're gone. Like the next time I go get another one, they're gone.
You know what? Time out. We went shopping on Friday.
Mm-hmm. And I had 1.
You had 1. And there's at least 1, if not 2, left there. And there's only 4 per package. So there's 8 total. So we went shopping Friday. You had 1, so that leaves 7. There's 1 or 2 in there. That's 5. So I've had 5 in 5 days. That's 1 a day.
And by the time I go get another one, there's not going to be any left.
There will be 1 because I'm done for the day.
But I don't want it today. I already have my
dessert. So you have it
tomorrow.
tomorrow. I got to go shopping tomorrow anyway. I'll buy more.
There we
Maybe
go.
I'll buy 4 boxes. How about that?
Okay.
Jeez.
Anyway.
So judgmental.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's not fair. Not fair. I like Yassos too,
All right, maybe I'll get you your own separate freezer.
Yes.
Call it the pregnancy lady freezer.
With my own code that you won't know about.
We'll make it a fingerprint.
Okay.
Fingerprint code.
No, because
then I'll chop off your thumb. Why are you sedating me in the middle of the night? Chopping off your thumb.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. So I'm really excited about that. I mean, the next few months are going to be really busy for us. Plans for the podcast. One other thing I just wanted to mention was, we've been doing. This is obviously episode number 100. We tried to put out 1 per week for a while. We did well for a while, but the last couple of weeks have been a little bit lacking on timing. And I have a feeling coming in the next couple of weeks, it's going to be a little bit tougher and tougher to be on schedule with the baby coming and just a whole lot of changes that we've got going around the house. I don't know. Something about scheduling guests. I think I want to kind of focus a lot more on our community and the community that we've built on our Facebook group. I think it's just a whole lot of good people there. We've had Laura on the podcast a bunch of times. She's local and she's always a great guest. And I think I kind of wanted to lean it, instead of like bringing in all these people and all these guests, people I don't know or I don't talk to. I kind of like the personal aspect of it. And I like the group that we formed. I kind of feel like it's, I don't know, like really, it's like really personal and the people who listen to podcasts are all part of our group. For the most part.
No, I love our group.
So I don't know. I feel like that. I feel like the group itself, the Facebook group has grown. I like everybody involved, and I feel like we can bring a lot of people to the podcast and just chat more from a personal level, as opposed to, I don't want to. Not that I'm selling products or anything like that. I haven't really done that, but
I think we focus a lot on like the wow stories sometimes we're always looking for that wow, inspirational story. And we forget that we're an ordinary marathoner and those stories are right in front of us.
Yeah, they're all over there.
Yeah.
They're all over. So, I don't know. I could see myself doing more of the of sort of the solo podcasts come in the future. Not that it would be every episode, because I can't talk to myself that much.
Repetitive stories.
Yeah, I don't want that. But, there's going to be progress. There's going to be, obviously can have you back on a lot more with your, with the video series. We talk about that and talk about after the baby's born, how you're feeling and all that kind of thing. I think that's all relevant to the topic. And, I don't know. I just want to thank all you guys out there for listening, for tuning in. 100 episodes. That's a lot of work, over a little over 2 years. And, we hope it just keeps going, because I don't know, I'm having fun with it.
Yeah. No, I think it's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
We meet awesome people.
We have. It's been a really good ride so far. Looking forward to the next 100 podcasts as well. So with that,
all right, time to go.
Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me again.
You're welcome. Co-host.
This time I didn't puke.
I should have you on as a regular co-host. I think people like you better than me anyway. With that, always remember, when it comes to running, go ahead. You could do it this time.
Now the pressure's on me.
Come on. When it comes to running, come on. I'm no expert. I'm just ordinary.